right, we are live. Carla Marie is closing up her Instagram live. There's a lot going on right now. Oh, I didn't plug it. We're fine, though. We have enough bandwidth. We're okay.
Oh, boy.
We'll be all right. If we start lagging, it's because I didn't plug in the Ethernet cable. We've got our friend / guest / roommate.
Yeah.
Raph.
Hi.
Carla Marie.
Oh, my God.
What?
I
Here,
just
hold on.
got an alert
There you go.
from the candle company that we are like a handful of candles away from our goal.
Really? That's awesome.
Oh, boy. This
This is
tight.
a little
this
tight.
Is a little
No,
tight.
you're
I'll
good,
slide
Raph.
over. You want me to be on the bed? I'll sleep.
Yeah.
Go back to my bed.
Yeah, that's where Raph has been sleeping, actually. Was right there
here.
next to us on the stream. And, crap, I was about to say something a second ago. Oh, Carla Marie, did you think of how we're going to drink these shots?
That's what I was trying to tell you.
Oh, you said there's stuff in there. I thought you meant the drink is in there. Now I get it. We are at Hype Train level. What are we at?
Oh, John Camucci's in
Hey,
here.
Camucci. Hi. What's
the
up?
Camooch that just had his bachelor party? Not his, but he was at a bachelor party. We're in Hype Train level 4 right now.
Raph has been petting John Camucci all weekend.
Yeah. I can't believe it. He's also a cat.
Adjust this real quick. Hold on.
Okay, this is...
No, that's the wrong
What,
one.
Is my
No.
chair going more?
Yeah, we're not used to having 3 people on
Sorry,
this
Raph,
tiny
you're
ass
good.
camera.
I don't really need my headphones, I guess. Right?
Well, I mean, no,
Well,
probably
because
not.
they don't really reach.
There we go. Now we are set up. Dave C., thank you for the 100 bits. Michelle PT, thank you for the tier 1 sub. And Zadie21, thank you for the 100 bits.
Shanna just said, I saw Raph on Instagram and felt like I was seeing a celebrity. We've heard so much about him.
Yeah.
I'm blushing, but, obviously
I
I'm too
guess-
tan to be blushed, so.
I guess that's true. Anthony, you talked about seeing Raph in L.A. when you went.
So, Raph, give us a bio, if you will, of kind of what your career was and where you are now.
Quick bio. Let's go. So from the Northeast, New York. I was born in PA, actually, Pennsylvania. But lived in upstate New York 20 years. Started at a radio station in Rochester, New York called PXY. And did that for 7 years. Started in promotions, intern, all that stuff. Worked my way up. That's the way to do it. And then went to Philly at Q102 in 2014. Did that for 5 years. Then got the call to Los Angeles at 102.7 KISS FM.
Crazy.
Did that for a couple years. And now I'm here with you guys. Going to be doing my next step in my world, in my career.
So you stepped away from radio. You said, I've done it. I made it to L.A., which is like a lot of people's life goals in radio.
It's insane, yeah.
And then decided, I'm going to go on a different path. Now, what are you doing now?
So I've kind of been doing this in the background for a little bit now. The Army National Guard in New York State, because, the Army Guard is state-based, so you can do it in every state in the country. And I've been doing that for a little bit. Decided to go full-time and do, marketing, recruiting kind of type stuff for the National Guard. And I start that actually this week. So,
That's awesome.
That's crazy. I have obviously a million questions, which I've been asking Raph all weekend, and we're going to ask them on Twitch. But I saw someone just say, I grew up listening to that station. I knew I recognized you.
Yeah, B Young 1084. They also just dropped in 500 bits, so thank you very much,
Thank
B
you.
Young.
Appreciate you.
And for people just to put things in context, the station Raph mentioned in L.A. is the same station where Erica and John also work. So I know the radio world. Yeah, so Erica and John, Tacoma Swifty just said the same thing. That's why.
Dope.
But it's funny because you work after the Ryan. Your shift at the time was after the Ryan Seacrest show.
Yeah, so literally I was right after Ryan, and Sissany did her shift, and then I hopped on,
So there was a little bit of separation, so it's not like you guys saw each other every day. And plus, with the pandemic, a lot of people were working from home.
No, yeah. I mean, I saw him, on a screen a lot,
Renee, thank you for the 100 bits. We've got a little over 90 seconds to get through Hype Train Level 4. This is the first time you've, seen our setup. What do you think of it?
Yeah.
So I'm a Twitch viewer. I watch a lot of Twitch channels. I've seen.
We're gonna be talking about a lot of nerd stuff in a little bit.
I'm geeking out over the behind the scenes of how this works, and I'm looking at this right now. The Hype Train's amazing right now.
Well, thank you guys for helping us impress Raph. And I also saw we had a first time chat from.
Yep.
Is that Heavily Broken? I don't know.
Oh, Nick.
But do you know who that is?
Yeah, he's on Instagram all the time.
Oh, nice.
Actually, used to work back in the day in Rochester.
That's cool.
He's been following the journey. He's been following you guys. He loves you, by the way. Big fan of
me
Anthony.
or Carla Marie?
Anthony.
No one says that about me ever. So I appreciate you more than ever, Nick. Let me adjust this real quick.
And I think I saw NJ Devil's Girl 30, hi from New Jersey, first time chatter.
Well, hello.
According to Mama Marie, New Jersey has officially been declared a disaster
Yeah.
area.
Oh man.
Which I was like, we've known that forever. But
So for a lot of people, if
crazy.
you're in the New York, New Jersey area, I know most of the water has receded, right? Water levels are back to normal.
well, a year ago we were in Philly for our meetup, and someone was sharing the photos, and I was like, oh my god, we would have never been there.
Was that whole place flooded?
I am assuming it
Yeah.
was
So
like on the pier kind of.
So no, a lot of
Where we
Philly
went.
was that was probably overflowed, but by that highway that you're near, the 676,
Yeah.
the Vine Street Expressway they call in Philly, literally became a canal. Like
crazy.
that road is under like below ground level, and it became a river inside the
Insane.
city.
Thank you to Jen, to
What is
Amanda,
going
to Lisa for all gifting some subscriptions. Appreciate that because we're almost through Hype Train
So
Level
cool.
5. Raph, do you know what happens when we get through Hype Train Level 5?
I see a couple things here. I think I know what's going on when you get to level 5.
So this is a daiquiri timeout, which is basically like a mini daiquiri that's meant to be a shooter.
Okay.
And our friends at Seattle Cocktail Club made this for us
Nice.
to drink. Because what happened was last week, I poured a warm shot of vodka,
It was
and Carla Marie almost threw up. And then you did throw up the next day
yes.
when you had sardines.
He
Not
had
a
me
fan of
try-
warm vodka.
He had me try sardines on the show, and I actually threw up.
Never had it.
No.
Sardines aren't bad.
Well, I think once you have it, I eat them with a cracker now. And I was supposed to be done with my sardine
Okay,
part
that's
of my diet.
Way too much.
It's an
Yesterday.
acquired taste, I guess.
Well, yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
It's
It was
really just
garbage. It tasted like garbage fish.
So-
Fish that you took out of a hot garbage.
like New Jersey fish.
Yeah.
Like from the Passaic River.
Yeah.
Oh
That's-
man.
No, so I realized, I was supposed to be done with my the sardine part of my meal plan yesterday, but because we've been going out a lot to eat, I haven't done my meal plan, so now I've got 2 more days of sardine eating. I got 2 more cans I got to finish.
So you kind of finish your plan like after you like binge eat, like you
Yeah,
keep going.
basically, I'm
So
just
you
gonna keep going. Gonna
man.
jump right back on it.
Have
Dave
fun with
C,
that.
thank you for the 200 bits. But I realized that if I eat them with the crackers, it's not as bad.
I can't.
Each sardine,
I ate it with the cracker.
the first time, or did you have it
No,
by
you
itself
gave it to me
first?
on the cracker.
Oh. Well, then I can't help you. Josh from Indy, thank you for the subscription with Prime. Appreciate you very, very much. And good morning. Life is a hike. I feel like I'm a teacher in homeroom right now.
Like people are just walking
Roll
in.
call.
Kids are
saying
rolling
hi.
in,
Who's late?
doing some business stuff.
Well, Diana said she's listening to us while she's stacking firewood in Vermont.
Is it like winter already in
It
Vermont, or do you
feels
have to like
it here.
prepare for a deep winter?
We would be so terrible if we had to like do that. We
I would like chopping wood.
Oh, it's so fun. You've never done it?
No,
This guy never been outside before.
I do have an axe though. I have a hatchet
Where is it?
under your bed
Oh, how did you know that?
because I was looking for the cats one day and I saw the hatchet down there. It doesn't really. It's not like a great hatchet though. It needs to be sharpened.
It's there in case I need to murder somebody.
Yeah.
Nice.
I actually brought it here to Carla Marie when there were protests on her street. I brought the bear spray and the hatchet just in case.
So camping equipment that
Yeah.
you use for emergencies, you thought would help.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been an emergency. We don't know.
Okay.
You know? And I think bear spray would have deterred a lot of people. You get
Yeah, I would have taken out a whole crowd.
you get a shot of bear spray to the
Oh,
face.
you're out.
You're
Done.
turning around very quickly. Thank you to everyone who got us through Hype Train
It is
Level
a
5.
way.
We can do it now.
I'm gonna use my
excited.
little shot glass from Japan.
I think that's a teacup.
No,
It's supposed
I
to
had
be.
sake in it in Japan.
Oh, okay.
And by Japan, I mean Japan in Disney World.
Oh, I was
Around the world.
I didn't even think of that you didn't actually go to Japan. Let me put this
When did you
mic
go to
down real quick.
Tokyo?
Yeah, I had sake in that. No, you gotta mix it.
What's next?
No, it's not.
Like
There's
shake
definitely...
it. Oh yeah.
Ooh, thank you, Starlight. Just ordered some candles. Oh my God, we might hit our goal by the end, our candle goal by the end of the show.
Is Jenny going to give us a live update?
Let me tell her. I can't text, so you guys have to listen to this. Give me live updates during the show. That's how I do that all the time. And Anthony's like, what? And I'm like, I'm talking to my phone or I'm talking to the cats. It's almost never to him.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
That looks really good. I mean,
It is.
once it's mixed. Yeah.
It is really good. So we're going to, okay, that's a lot, but have to.
Not that much.
Last night we went to Din Tai Fung and we had sake. So I feel like it's only fitting for me to keep drinking out of this little cup.
Wow.
Wow, that was good.
That was actually.
Were you a
perfect
bartender in
amount,
a previous
Tones.
life?
I have bartended. I was not a bartender.
He's
Okay.
guest bartended.
Guest bartended.
I wonder if James from Watson's Counter is in here because I do have a question. Watson's Counter is where we tried to go for lunch yesterday, right here, and it was
Oh, that
so
thing.
packed.
Okay, yeah.
So James watches the show, but people guest bartend, and I was wondering if I could like guest serve
Like guest waitress?
waitress, or at different restaurants
Guest
around
server.
the city,
I like that.
and get people to come out to restaurants.
That'd be kind of cool.
But I would like to also be paid. I don't want to do it for free.
Ooh, Jen said she ordered another pumpkin horchata candle before the deadline.
Damn.
I saw that my friend Steve, who's a big fan of candles, he ordered he's ready for pumpkin
Wait, can I
season.
smell one of these?
Yeah.
You
I don't know
smell
which
them.
scents are which.
We don't,
Yeah.
because they were just trying to show us the labels a few months ago, and they were like, "We're gonna send them to you so you guys can approve the labels."
Right.
But everything smells great, which is unfortunate. I don't know which is which.
Nick said his candle's going to be there Thursday. That's awesome. Thank you for helping us out, Nick. All right, guys, you ready?
But because people are asking, Peach Bellini and Cozy Cabin are my favorites.
And then Sweet Morning is another good one.
Fan fave.
Nice.
All right, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Here we go.
Cheers. Oh, we
cheers.
just threw
Lost
the
that one
camera
there.
and then down. Oh, Raph. This is a lot of liquid.
Woo! Everyone good?
Fruity. I love it.
Raph, how often do you start your mornings with a shot?
Never.
Is that not what they do in the Army?
No, I can't. They test you. They drug test you and everything. So I'm like.
So we have been peppering Raph with just Army, military,
Yeah.
National Guard questions.
So many.
And Carla Marie might be joining the
Okay,
National
wait.
Guard soon.
So, in high school, I seriously contemplated joining the National Guard because I knew I couldn't afford college. And looking back, I
Yeah.
should have joined the National
Yeah.
Guard. I'm still.
Wow.
You're still drinking?
You're still taking that shot.
Oh, Ricky's in here too. We got John and Ricky, which mean Erica and Jake are slacking
Well,
today.
Eric is probably hungover at a bachelorette party, and Jake. Actually, all of them had bachelor and bachelorette parties except Jake.
Except-
Ricky. Wow. I'm drunk. Army
Carla
National
Marie's still
Guard.
feeling
pick
the,
me.
I don't know if you're selling yourself now to the guard.
Yeah, still feeling the sake from
Okay,
yesterday.
so I was asking Raph questions all weekend, like, how do you even get in? And there is a physical fitness test that you do that they are currently changing right now. They're changing the requirements.
Yes.
So before we get to that, what did you have to do to get in?
So pretty much the process was, you go to a recruiter or you're interested, you talk to them, you're like, hey, I want to, join. What do you have to offer me?
Yeah.
They have things for school. You can, get school paid for. There's things like the VA home loans you can use to buy a house later down the road. But I was like, I just want to, go in and, get benefits, be able to work part-time, serve my country and community, and then also do my civilian job. So you start with an aptitude test, like the ASVAB they call it, and I'm sure you're smart. You can probably knock that out.
But I want
get like 100.
Where can I take that test? Just for
I believe they have
funsies?
like sample ones online on the National Guard website. Yeah, and
So you could take like a pre-test.
yeah, pre-test to see where you stand, and then you
Pre-SATs.
actually take a like a pre-SAT,
Okay.
right? And then take that test with them, and they'll take you out there to the they call it MEPS. They do the test.
Oh yeah,
out
Nick
there. Yeah.
NYC 718 just said,
Oh.
don't forget the MEPS. What is the MEPS?
It's the military entrance processing station. That's literally where they go through your whole medical history. That's where you file all your paperwork. That's where you literally are like grilled everything. Like they ask you, have you done any of this, like drugs, alcohol, how often you do that, and it's pretty much the gateway into the military.
Oh my God.
What if they ask you
So-
about the alcohol question? You say every morning at 8:30, but it's because of work.
Can we cut that beginning with the 8:30 alcohol? No, but then you go to the fitness stuff, yeah, and that's what you were all interested about, right?
Yeah. Okay, so it's different by age group and whether you're male or female. So we came to the conclusion that I would need to do what physically?
So the original, it's called the APFT, the physical fitness test. It was pretty much push-ups, 2 minutes of push-ups, 2 minutes of sit-ups, and a 2-mile run.
But you have to hit a certain amount of.
Yeah, you got to hit them. Yeah, there's a threshold to pass, and in basic training, it's 50%. In like actual being in the guard, it's 60%.
I would have to do 100. This is 100 push-ups.
No. So you have to look
I
at that.
can't even read their chart.
So the chart shows your percentage, your score on one side, and then the number of repetitions on the other side. Yeah.
This says 45 push-ups. I would have to do it. Before that, there's no score.
Well, there's also age. So there's age groups and gender.
So why don't you have Raph
yeah.
read the chart?
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
33, Raph.
You're 33. Okay. 33.
I'm not even allowed to take this test. I just aged out.
33. Oh, you did.
Right? 35 is too old?
35, yeah. There's like
I don't even
waivers.
want you.
There's waivers if you want to be like a chaplain or something, or
I
like
can do
medical
that.
if you're a doctor. Like
You're not.
I can't do a doctor. Maybe a chaplain though.
You
I was a deacon. in my church.
You were, or you still are? Oh,
Well, I guess I haven't been like
you would never be
kicked
rescinded.
out.
Yeah, so you could technically.
So technically, I still am a deacon. I just haven't practiced since college.
Hey, there's
You were a deacon in college?
Yeah.
I mean, why not, right? So 33. Okay. Looking at female, this is push-ups. To pass basic, you need 32. No, it doesn't make any sense.
That's
Wait.
what I was saying. Their charts.
Oh, no.
They need me to fix They need you to fix their charts. You could do that.
See, here's the thing. I know that I'm like just past the threshold.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I think the National Guard would be well served to have me as part of their team.
For charts?
I would knock out all of those.
Push-ups or for helping with charts? I'm
Not helping with
confused.
charts, with like knocking out the actual test. What's the youngest? 18? You can join the army?
17. Technically, you can go as a junior with permission from your parents, and you go during the summer for basic. Yeah.
So then I want to see what like a 17-year-old has to do. Like the most probably fit athletic version of the people that are getting in. I want to tackle that challenge because I think I could still do it.
I mean,
I think I could.
I mean,
could
knowing
probably
your
run-
regimen and stuff, yeah, you definitely could. Like, yeah.
Because what's the fastest 2-mile run you have to do? Like 14 minutes?
I mean, to pass it, it's like, I mean, to be like 17 years
Yeah.
old and pass it, it's like 13 or 14 or something like
I could
that.
knock that out.
Yeah, hold on, I can look at it right now. I can't interpret charts either, apparently.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, hold on, I got it. 2 mile, where is it? 2 mile run. Okay.
Oh, Nick NYC said, yeah, 35 is the cutoff, but you should if you show proof
Yeah.
you're in good health and have enough skills, you might get accepted.
What skills do you have?
I'm a great leader.
You've never used the hatchet.
No, I have. It's just not a good hatchet. Maybe if they gave me like an army.
You've never chopped wood. You don't know how to shoot a bow and arrow.
Do you think our army is attacking people with bows and arrows?
Wow. Wow.
That aptitude test isn't going to go too well for you.
Yeah, there's a mechanical part of it too, so, you know,
Yeah.
maybe you could.
Well, that's all right.
So 13:36 to get 100%. So if you could do 2 miles in 13 minutes and 36 seconds, that would be about like a 6.5 minute mile. Or
I could probably do that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
my goal was to find out like all the things that I would have to do and see if I could not necessarily join the National Guard right away, but like, am I capable?
Like,
Physically,
would
just
you if
as
you
my
wanted
own-
to?
Yeah,
Can you do 34 sit-ups?
in
that's
2
passing.
minutes.
Let's
Yeah.
see it. Let's see it right now.
No,
34
I'm not
sit-ups in
doing
2
it right
minutes.
now, so
Raph, hold your
I'm
feet.
not doing it right now. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know if I could.
See, but this is the old test. You're probably gonna have to do the new test, is what I'm trying to say. And I don't know if you were saying like pull up or the leg tuck. What's that? You're like,
No, Anthony said, "What's that?" I knew
Yeah,
what a
I
leg
know what a
tuck
leg tuck
was.
was.
Okay.
So Anthony,
I know it is something. I know it is a knee raise.
There's the deadlift now. You have to do like a max three rep max deadlift. You got to do the leg tuck. There's also the hand release push-ups now. There's like 6 events now. It's double the events. You still have to run 2 miles. So
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Ma'am, your back is broken. Please leave."
Yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to. You'd have like a waiver from your doctor that says like this woman can't be in the military,
What?
right? Because your back.
Everyone has back problems.
I don't know about that.
that's the thing. You have to disclose all your medical information. So there's
Well,
a lot of
they're gonna be
disqualifying
sorry,
issues.
your
yeah.
ovarian cyst is gonna rupture in the middle of battle, and you can't be here.
But also, I think the important thing to remember is just because you join the National Guard does not mean you're like being sent over.
I just
to
picture
fight.
like literally Gettysburg,
Okay, well that's
being in the trenches.
they're not giving you a musket.
Yeah, we're not. This is not 1776.
No, I think because Raph, you talked about this. There's so many different jobs in the National Guard and even in the actual Army where you do your main job when you're actually active in the National Guard is what?
Oh, so the job that I signed up for and actually I'm doing is a Chinook mechanic. So it's every job's listed as a number and letter. So mine is actually called 15U, which is 15 uniform, and that's a Chinook mechanic for
And a
the
Chinook
Army.
is a
Yeah.
helicopter.
Helicopter.
You're
Yeah.
not a salmon mechanic.
No, I'm not a salmon. I'm not a salmon doctor, guys. But the National Guard is also like we train with the big army. So like basic training, you're training with the active army. You're doing all that stuff. When you're training for your technical school, they call it AIT. Your advanced initial training for the job is also with active army. So we're under the governor's jurisdiction for the state and also the federal. So we have a dual role in this country.
But like Tacoma Swifty just said something you said to me this weekend, that you're more likely going to help with forest fires here in Washington than I am to go to battle.
In
Yeah.
Washington State, if you're doing my job, we would be out there helping with a lot of the forest fires and all that stuff, emergencies for that. In New York State, it would be like the floodings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like various jobs you can.
It is.
Yeah.
It is really cool, and this is stuff that I had no idea. I knew it existed. I just didn't know the intricacies of it. But it's cool to think that you can join the National Guard and actually have like a positive impact on your own community.
For sure.
It feels good.
Like the people at home that see you all the time, the people that you see all the time, like you can help them in what's going to end up being some of their worst times of need.
Right.
Whether it's a flood, a fire, a hurricane, a tornado, the National Guard is usually the group that's sent in right after that.
And also, Nick was saying, do you have a bachelor's?
Yes.
So you could actually go in and start as an E4, a specialist. You already have rank because of your degree, and you could go in as an officer.
So I can boss people around right away?
Yeah, in a sense. I don't think it's called bossing people around, but you have,
Sorry.
No, it's all good. You have command over people because you're an officer. Like,
so I can be like, drop and give me 50.
It's not like that.
No one should ever tell Carla Marie that she can tell other people what to do.
You want to be a drill sergeant. That's what you want to do.
So here's my concern, though. It's like, I'm not good at taking orders. Like, I don't like people telling me what to do, so I don't think I can do this.
It's the easiest way I tell people when they go through training. It's just the fastest way to get through it, or to do it, is to get through it. To get out of it is to get through it. So you just have to do it. Just the mindset has to be there just to do that every day. You're done in 10 weeks for basic.
So basically, it's all 10 weeks.
About 10 weeks for basic. But if you're doing like infantry, they call it a one-station unit training. It's like a straight 17-week shot of your training for that specialty and basic.
How hard was basic training?
I went to Fort Benning, Georgia, home of the infantry. That was a little tough, but I enjoyed it. I don't know why. I just had fun.
Do you have bunk beds?
Oh yeah, it's a barrack. It's a bay. It's like just bunk beds.
You're in for
you really
bunk
want
beds?
to bunk?
I love bunk beds.
Yeah, but they're not like comfortable beds, right?
I'd be like, sorry, my back hurts. I need a better.
No, they're not like,
It's not a silly
Hilton-
posturepedic.
No.
That's stupid, though. Why do we give our army shitty beds? We need them to be relaxed and ready to go.
I mean, I can't argue with that.
You want to go? You might want to go in the Air Force, if that's what you want.
They have comfortable
Why
beds.
does the Air Force always get shit on?
You get microwaves.
Why is that?
It's comfy. They're the smart people though. They love they're the cybersecurity, not cybersecurity, but they do a lot of that security stuff in the air, surveillance, things like that.
So
meteorology.
So they get microwaves because they're smart.
No, I mean not.
They build their
because,
own microwaves.
We're smart too. I'm just saying they get the comfy, cushy stuff.
Mazzy88, thank you for extending your tier 1 subscription.
Oh yeah.
The other question I had for everyone in the chat, Raph was asking us yesterday about how our listener base or viewer base on Twitch is separated, like where people are watching from. Is it mostly New York, New Jersey? Is it Washington? So there's going to be 2 questions. The first question I'm going to ask is, everyone in the chat right now, even if you've never chatted before, grab your phone, grab your keyboard, and just write where you are from, your city and your state.
Ooh, I love this. I want to see this.
This is one of my favorite things to do. We used to do it actually when we had radio jobs. People, because there was always someone that would come in and be like, do people still listen to the radio? And we would tell people to text in, and it would just start flooding.
Mergen just said, my boyfriend joined at 33 and basic drove him nuts because the kids didn't want to listen and kept them in the red phase.
What is the red phase?
Okay. So basic's usually broken into phases. Wow, that's a lot of different cities. Red, white, and blue. It just basically shows you where you are in training. So red's pretty much the most restrictive. The most restrictive. So you can't do anything. There's no freedoms. You're sleeping and waking up when they tell you to, kind of thing. And
then you just okay. So if you have downtime, for example,
they barely give you any downtime.
But you just sit in your room basically on timeout.
It's not even a room. You're in the same room together in a bay of bunk beds.
In a barrack.
So you have 30 minutes of free time at night, and that's it.
Wow.
You're on the go all morning. But 33, because a lot of these kids are 17, 18 joining, and they don't have the worldly experiences that us
just
in
from
our
a
age.
job.
And discipline.
Yeah, discipline. Yeah. So when you go in, you're do your bed. Okay, I'll do my bed. 18-year-olds are gonna be I don't want to do my bed. I'm lazy. Or mom used to be on me about it, and that's where they mess up. So
I would literally beat all their asses.
I want to shout out. Is it DLPN24, Lakewood, Ohio? First time chatter. She was telling us where, or he or she was telling us where they're from. What?
You just said first time chatter.
Chatter.
No, you said chatter.
I did not say
nice,
chatter.
some Philly.
But yeah, we got a little bit of everything, which is really cool to see. There's my mom in Ridgewood, New Jersey. Hello, Mom.
What up?
And then Mighty Minnie, thank you for the subscription with Prime.
Asher's mom, what's up?
Geez, there's a lot of people in here right now. Thank you very much. Chattanooga, Tennessee in the house.
What? Isn't there a song about Chattanooga? Going down Chattanooga.
No, continue the song. What is it? How does it? What else?
Sing it.
What else is in this song?
I'm going to look it up. You know what I'm talking about.
I really don't. Jordy Matthew, thank you for the subscription with Prime. And also, we did go. Raph was on the hike with us. Actually, and this is one of the things I loved about Raph's trip here, which will conclude that tonight is I think Carla Marie and I did things we probably wouldn't have done had we been in Seattle by ourselves this weekend.
Yeah.
And that's one of my favorite things about people visiting is it not only do I get to see friends and family, but it forces me to leave the house.
Encourages you.
Yeah. So we did a hike at Mount Rainier National Park, which we'll get to in a second. But Raph and I also did some real nerdy stuff yesterday.
Oh, Carla Marie's just like rolling her eyes.
They were like,
Super
we're gonna
nerdy
go to
stuff.
Some video game store, and I was like, well, I'm gonna stay here.
You know what, Raph? Explain the store that we went to.
Okay.
Why we went there. I want to go grab something from downstairs.
Okay. So we went to a place called Pink Gorilla Games. Okay. And there's like 2 locations in Seattle. Backstory, I follow this guy on Twitch. DS Koopa is his username, but his name's Cody. He's a gamer. He owns a gaming store. He actually goes on Twitch and late nights after store's closed.
Oh, wow.
And he pretty much chats with everyone, kind of like just hanging out and fixing video games. So like he doesn't
That's
just
cool.
sell video games. Like he'll go and fix broken systems and games, clean them up, get them all prepared to actually sell and make it workable so you can enjoy them again.
That's cool.
And we went to the one that was University District.
There's University District and International
Yeah,
District.
so we went to the university. We actually went to both, but University District was the one that he streams from, and he's actually out at PAX, PAX West, whatever. And we didn't get to see him there, but dude, I was geeking out so hard because I'm like, this is what I've been watching for the past like year and a half during the pandemic,
So-
trying to get here. So
They go and they like. So what is in the store? Like video games? or
oh,
like
so
old
it's
video
not
games?
like you're not going to like a GameStop or a Target where it's
Yeah.
like new games. It's literally every system imaginable since video games started. Like,
Do they
you
have
can-
Sega Dreamcast?
Oh yeah,
They have everything. Atari. They had stuff
yeah.
before. There's the one that's right before Atari. Neo Geo.
yeah. They had like they go way back.
Yeah.
But like NES, SNES games, all the
Yo,
accessories.
I'll get Super Nintendo and school you in Lion King.
No, you wouldn't.
Then they-
Although the Lion King game,
that was a hard
I
game.
could
That
never
was
get past
hard.
like the 3rd level
That was hard.
of Lion King.
I made it all the way to Mufasa's, where the hyenas are.
Mufasa. Yeah, sorry, that
Not
doesn't end well
Mufasa,
for him. Scar.
Scar.
Yeah.
Those trees always screwed me up. Like when I jumped on the trees and I thought
yeah.
one was like a platform, it wasn't. I died. Oh my god.
So we're gonna do a little like all the bloggers and the influencers do. We're gonna do a haul. We're gonna show you what we got from Pink Gorilla. So Raph, I brought your big purchase. It's to the right of you.
Oh yeah.
You can show yours first.
So like they have the glass case there where the more like uncommon things you see.
Wait,
And
Lion King's on Switch now? Do I need to-
accessories, things like that. And this is what I saw at the International District
What?
location, and I'm like geeking out over this.
Is
It's
that-
the Super Advantage for the Super Nintendo. All right, and it's literally, this is so fun because NES has this too, the NES Advantage, and you play it for like fighter games and stuff. This is like perfect for fighter games.
So like
And
it
having-
turns your home into an arcade, basically,
Yeah.
like an actual arcade.
Exactly, and I saw it. I'm like, Anthony, I want to see how much this is. I might get it.
It was only $35.
Yeah, and I was like, 35, not bad. So has a turbo button. Remember back in the day, turbo was like the thing to have on your controller.
So we were nerdy. I mean,
Turbo.
how many times I can't even count how many times Raph and I would like call the other person over to where we were like, "Yo, look at this! This is so cool."
Literally the entire
Yeah.
time.
we had a boys' day, if you will, and what I
Girls can
got.
play video games.
Oh, yours is dope
No, I
too.
mean boys like we were little boys.
Oh.
So this is one of the coolest things, probably the best purchase of my entire
You
life.
spent $75 on that.
I spent $75 on it.
What do you
Normally-
think that? What do you think that is when you first looked at it? Like, just what do you thought? What do you think?
It looks like my old pet cam.
Oh,
It does look like a pet cam.
looks like a
actually.
toaster.
Yeah.
Toaster.
So this thing is called the Retron Square or Retron SQ. And what it does is it allows you to play Game Boy games, any Game Boy game, so Game Boy regular, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance on
So great.
your TV. It is awesome. So I was playing Pokemon Gold on the TV yesterday. We got Tetris. I was playing that. It
We
was
were
awesome.
so fascinated by
Yeah.
like the color schemes because it like upscaled the screen quality, and then we were like, oh, it's colored everything. Like
Yeah.
Tetris was
they were
colored.
just yelling different things like, "Oh, look at this! Oh, look at this
Yeah.
color! Can you believe?" And I just kept hearing Anthony go, "I just can't get over how good it looks." And I'm like,
Tetris looked really cool because Tetris, I have the original Tetris for Game Boy now, and when you play normally, it's like that weird green and black
Yeah.
color, and it was like full color when I played it yesterday.
so Anthony wants us to play video games and stream on Twitch, but there's only one controller.
Yeah, so because it's a Game Boy like system, you only play Game
Yeah.
Boy by yourself.
You
You
play
can play
Game Boy by
2-player
yourself,
and
yeah.
hand it back and forth.
Do they have Super Nintendo there?
Yeah, you could.
They
well, you
have
could actually
one
get one
like
of these.
that.
that plays Nintendo and Super Nintendo games.
Why wouldn't I just get the actual console?
Because sometimes with those consoles, like they're old, so they're hard to get. They're also oftentimes not in working condition.
Right.
So this is a brand new system.
And it's perfect for those that just want to play their games. Like if you don't want to collect the system, that's just perfect to play your library and upscale it to the HD. Because have you ever tried plugging a Super Nintendo into one of these HD TVs?
It's not easy.
Literally like grainy.
Because there's like a good chance that all of my old video games are at my parents'.
Then when you go back to
Could
New
I
Jersey,
sell them to this guy and make bank?
no, you bring them back here first. You let Raph and I take a look at
Yes.
them, and then what you don't want, you sell. What is it? Sweet
All
Eats
right,
by
next time I
V.
go back.
Thank you for the subscription. Appreciate you very much.
Next time I go back to New Jersey, I will go because I have unopened Barbies because my dad would only let us open one Barbie per holiday or
Sell
birthday
'em.
because one day they're gonna be worth something.
Well, they might be.
They might be, and then I'll be
Yeah.
like, "Good job, Dad." I got unopened like Disney cards. Like, do you ever get those pack of cards? They came in like a foil, like they're
the baseball
essentially like
cards?
Pokemon cards, but they were Disney. Yeah.
No.
I probably have some Pogs and some video games.
I don't know. I don't know if Pogs have any value anymore.
Pokemon cards.
Pokemon cards do.
I got a bunch.
I found out, and I was telling Raph this yesterday. So there was a Game Boy system. It was called the Game Boy Micro. They only made it for like a year or two.
I want one.
And I had one. And it was no joke. I mean, it was like this big. And you would play it. It was a handheld that you would play like landscape-wise, not
Yeah.
profile. Had it for the longest time, and I was asking my brothers about it because I looked it up on OfferUp, and it's selling for no less than $200.
It's insane.
Some of them are selling for $500. So I messaged my brothers. I was like, "Hey, do you guys know where my Game Boy Micro is?" And my brother just gave it to one of his friends a couple of years ago for like $40 or something.
I told him he has to go back home and grab all his stuff
Yeah.
and bring it here. Just
So I need to go back and go through the attic, which if my mom is still in the chat, she'll appreciate the fact that I'm actually going to go through all of my
Yeah,
crap
as will my
in
mom.
the attic,
finally,
yeah,
she says. All right.
and take some stuff out.
Yeah, my mom would say the same.
I think I still do have most of the gaming things, though, unless my brother Justin, like he did with my Micro, just gave them all away. We'll see what happens. Let's see.
Lisa
I still
still
have my
has
New Kids on the Block cards.
I had NSYNC cards.
Man.
You have to go and like do research with that stuff and see if they're valuable. Like there's a lot of websites to, see if those are.
Yeah. And it also depends on the condition that everything is
Yeah.
in and stuff like that.
Maybe
What-
I'll do a Twitch stream as I'm uncovering things from my attic. At
Oh,
my
you
parents'.
could definitely do, like, once you know where it all is, like, and you have it all in a section, then no one's going to watch you go through, like, your old cheerleading clothes.
I mean, they will.
But if you have, like, a box of all the games and stuff, people would 100% watch you going through, discovering for the first, or rediscovering all the games and systems and stuff like that.
Could you imagine? I have a Barbie that's worth like $50,000 and I just
It's
pay off my student
sitting
loans.
there.
I won't have to go to the National Guard.
Hey,
Bianca, thank you for the subscription with Prime. What is actually, and I feel like I meant to ask you this and I forgot. What is, out of all the perks, right? So, like, you get discounts when you're in the military, things like that.
We
Yeah.
got into Mount Rainier National Park for free because
Yeah.
of this guy.
military members get a free pass to all the national
Yeah.
parks. Yeah.
What is the best perk that you've used so far?
I mean, I don't know if I want to say best perk because like it's like not taking advantage. I don't want to
No,
say
no,
like
but
yeah,
these are
yeah.
things that you've earned because of the decisions you've made.
I have to say, actually, it was recently. The Oakley store is like 40% off.
Oh,
Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's cool.
That's
on
really
like
cool.
apparel and stuff. So
I
was
did
like,
notice you have some pretty cool Oakleys. That is
like
awesome.
you can get glasses for really cheap. So
That's awesome.
Let's see. I still have my Garbage Pail Kid sticker cards. Everyone has, and I'm someone who doesn't save a lot of things, especially because in Seattle, I've never really had a ton of space. Like, I don't have an attic or storage or
Right.
anything like that. So I do have to go back because the only time I've stored stuff is in my parents' attic.
Yeah, I have like all of my old photo albums at my parents, like photo albums that I made in middle school.
Okay.
I don't
Those
know,
you could probably throw away.
throw away. There's pictures in them though.
Who cares?
I don't know what to do.
Are you going to
digitize
scan
it.
them all? Yeah,
Yeah.
digitize them?
I guess I can.
Like, what? Because when you think about it, really, what are you going to do at any point in your life with those pictures?
One day when I'm 80, be like, look, I was in 6th grade.
And everyone's going to be like, okay, Grandma. Cool.
Great.
Great story. Let's see what else we have here. There was also, I bought at the Pink Gorilla store, I bought Tetris along with my
Classic.
Retron, and I bought Ken Griffey Baseball Slugfest, but I didn't buy that for myself. A friend of mine is a huge Ken Griffey Jr. fan. And he basically has like a shrine to Ken Griffey. He has like all his memorabilia
Yeah.
in a case. So I bought that. I'm going to see him in Austin, Texas during the bachelor party, and I'm going to give him.
Does he know?
He
you
does
bought
not
it?
know. No,
He doesn't watch the show?
probably not.
And you're still going to give him something nice?
Yeah, it was $4.
Oh.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, it was $4. I know it makes him happy.
I got
cute.
I got a Game Boy camera too. Like,
Oh
know.
yeah.
yeah, it's so great. Look, the grain quality on that, like the camera quality is so grainy.
And
It's
it
so
holds
bad.
how many
Like-
photos?
30 photos max.
And for people who don't remember, there was with the Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
There was a camera
This
attachment
little
that you
ball
could
or
get.
something, right?
That you put it where the cartridge
You can
goes,
twist the cam, yeah.
and yeah, that was like the first time you could take like a selfie.
And then it would print like on little stickers.
Game Boy printer, yeah.
We would have them. My mom would be like, if I find one of these freaking stickers with your stupid face on it, one more time.
Jason asked if we got the printer. I didn't see one there.
No,
at
I would
either
have. I
location.
would have bought it if I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a film strip that it would print, and you could print stickers.
That's awesome.
Let's see. Ken Griffey for Super Nintendo is the best baseball game of all time. This is the same game. It would be Ken Griffey Jr. Slugfest. I
They
think is
just
the
update
name.
them, yeah.
Yeah.
So yesterday I told you guys there was something we were going to talk about on the show. Yesterday when I said this to you,
Okay.
don't say your answer out loud. Save it for the show. And I saw this in a newsletter I get, and it was, what is the first big news story you remember from your childhood? Like from being a kid, what is the first thing that you remember like was breaking news? I can go first.
Go for it.
President Clinton and Monica Lewinsky.
Really?
Oh.
Yes, and I think part of it stuck with me so much because I guess I'm going to reveal my last name. Kids in school would pick on me all the time because my last name is Monica, and they would be like, "You're Monica Lewinsky," blah blah blah. So it like stuck with me. But I remember sitting on the couch watching it with my parents on the news, and they were like, "Oh, this is bad." I remember being like, "Oh, this is bad." Like I just knew that was like not good.
If they only knew how much worse it would get with our presidents.
It's crazy. A lot of people saying 9/11. That was like 3 years for me. I guess I was like what, 8 or 9 when Monica Lewinsky.
So the first big news story that I remember actually like viewing on TV, I remember the exact situation, is I was at my friend Mike Duty's house. His actual name was Mike Duty. And we were playing in his basement. So this is like elementary school. And on the TV, his mom was watching the news, and it was the first World Trade Center bombing.
Yes, I actually do remember
And
that too.
I remember that because I remember her on the phone calling someone. And I was a kid.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the gravity of that situation, but I remember it happening.
Yeah,
I
like when you
remember-
say it, I remember it happening. Like I remember
Yeah.
it on the news, and I remember talking about it in school. But like
Yeah.
for me, it's like first news story.
Oh, Princess Diana was
That
like,
was my second.
I was in Canada, and I remember that news coming
It
through.
was 1990, August of 96, I believe.
And I remember
Oh no, 97. Yeah,
97?
97. Yeah. I
What
remember
was
this.
first, Princess Diana or the
That-
first World Trade Center bombing?
Trade Center bombing 93.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 97. I believe that was Princess Diana.
See, I couldn't remember which was first, Princess Diana or.
I only
Monica
remember because
Lewinsky.
Elton John came out with "Candle in the Wind" for
Yes.
that in '97. So
Yeah.
I was like,
Ah.
music stuff. Yeah.
What about you, Raph?
For me, I feel like I was in elementary school as well, and it was the O.J. Simpson trial, and I saw
Yeah, a lot
a
of
couple
people
people
say
say
no,
that.
right.
I
Oh,
remember.
I guess I remember that too.
I remember being in the classroom, and the teacher was saying, like, we're following this. It's a big story for our country. So they rolled in that cart with
Yep.
the DVD, and we watched the news live during the trial. Yeah, so that's what I remember. So
I remember it happening. I remember like there were kids that would have like they were like Halloween costumes, obviously, like with OJ and with the judge and with
What?
Yeah,
Who
they're-
were their parents?
I don't know. They were Halloween costumes. You would see them at like the Halloween store, like the novelty costumes and stuff. Because every year there's like that news story and it becomes a costume at like the Spirit
like
Halloween.
this year, Delta variant. It's a Delta Airlines costume with like
Loki?
the Loki ears. Like I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's brilliant.
It's smart.
Yeah.
Philly John said they remember the Boston Marathon bombing. How old is Philly John?
Yeah, that was
If that's like
10 or 11, 2010? No. I don't-
the crazy thing with the
was
Philly
That was
the
crazy.
Boston Marathon bombing was our friends Lauren and TJ had just moved to Boston when that happened, and I remember
Hosting their
Lauren
own
was
show.
in one of the neighborhoods where they told them to all like hide in their homes, and Lauren was texting I think Carla Marie from her closet.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that was
Like
crazy.
I'm literally sitting in my closet by myself, just waiting for an
Wow.
update. Yeah. Let's see. The TMI meltdown. I don't even know what that is.
Challenger explosion as well. That was a big one.
I don't remember that.
I
actually
remember
don't
my
remember that at all.
parents talking about it, but I don't.
Were we alive?
I was born. I wasn't even born yet.
Well, I remember
When
my
was
parents
the Challenger
talking.
explosion?
86.
Oh, okay, so I was.
It was
I
January
born.
86.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I remember my parents talking about it growing. Like every time there would be something new, new with space or a rocket, like that would come up. Like, but the Challenger explosion.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
Columbia was in I think 03 when the Columbia re-entry disaster happened. Yeah, no one mentioned that one. No one.
I don't. Cause
Let's see.
Fred the
World
Mailman.
Trade Center bombing was 92.
Oh,
Said Jen.
Okay.
Ronald Reagan getting shot. I totally forgot that even happened.
My mom
Not
would
gonna
say.
lie.
My mom would say JFK would be the thing she remembers as a kid because she talks about it all the time.
Are you saying that, or like you didn't ask her this question though?
No, but like
Okay.
she'll say to me like I remember being a kid and like that happening and it was like devastating.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City bombing. That's a big one too. In
Yeah.
95, I believe that was.
And Nick
Or-
said the Boston Marathon bombing was 2013.
Okay.
Or Columbine. I'm just gonna say. Andrea said the same thing. Columbine. That
It's
was
kind of crazy
scary.
that none of us
Oh.
remember good news. It's always that
Oh, why
big
would you?
tragic thing that
What-
sticks out.
What even is good
I
news?
don't
Like,
even know.
What is good news that gets reported?
Nothing. It's usually like that weird kitschy stuff they do on like morning
Yeah,
news shows where it's like, look at this dog licking cheese off of the baby's face.
I remember April the giraffe. I guess
Yeah.
like the birth of a
Yeah.
giraffe was huge.
But
Yeah.
then also April died, didn't she?
After like a year afterwards, it wasn't
Did
like
she
because
really?
of birth. Yeah. Yeah,
How
she's dead.
long are giraffes supposed to live? Was it like a tragic passing, or was it like, oh well, she's dead?
It was just dead.
Huh? That's
yeah.
crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah, the bad things always stand out more.
Yeah, so Columbine was in 1999.
Oh yeah.
I do remember that.
So I was probably also in 5th.
Oh, the Beanie Babies craze is actually
That's a good.
that
one.
was a headline.
Oh my gosh.
Tickle Me Elmo was the biggest
Oh.
one that, in terms of like that kind of news, like crazy holiday Christmas buying, nut job people buying.
So remember when teeny beanies were a thing?
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
teeny beanie babies? My mom and I went to McDonald's every Friday morning at like 5 a.m. to wait in line for McDonald's to open to buy Happy Meals with those teeny beanies.
Yep.
I'm
I
sure
remember
people
those.
remember going to McDonald's on a Friday and getting those.
Oh, the cloned sheep I remember
I
too.
do remember the clone
Yeah.
sheep. Did you have to do like current events in school
Mm-hmm.
where you would have to each week print out, cut out a part of the newspaper and like put it on a piece of paper and like summarize the news story?
We didn't have to do like the arts and crafts part of it,
Oh,
but
we
yeah, we
did.
had to do stuff like that. It was social. What was it?
Social studies?
Social studies and current events.
Yeah.
Was like the class.
Yeah, clone sheep. That was nuts. I like
Oh,
how-
and someone else said the World Trade Center bombing was 93, but with a specific date. So I'm gonna go with what
Yeah, Google.
W. Kim D said.
Furby was a big news story.
What is it? Oh, Furby was like a toy though, right?
Yeah, but
With the ears that.
It looked like
He
a
talked-
friendly
he
gremlin.
talked to you.
Yeah.
Oh
would-
yeah, it was a friendly gremlin.
and then we
yeah.
took out our batteries once and he kept talking and that was when our Furby went in the garbage pail.
Yeah. We had my brother had
I'm not kidding.
a big. It was like a 2-foot plush Barney doll, but when you squeezed its hand,
Barney.
it would talk. And somehow I don't know if it got wet or somehow it broke and it would just randomly start
Nope, I'm
talking.
out. For that reason, Barney is out.
So someone, I don't know which one of me or my brothers decided to do this, but we threw it out the window. But it only landed the way the house is built. It landed on the roof of our first floor. Like it kind of goes down and out. So then no one could get to it. And at like random times, like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., you would just hear like, play with me. Like it
Oh
was,
gosh.
I love you.
I
hate
you.
that.
It would just start saying like, I love you. You, because it was all like distorted.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
That's
Creepy.
torture.
Yeah.
Tamagotchis.
Yeah. Remember Talk Boys. Are those the
Talk Boy was what? Didn't
Home
Kevin
Alone?
Mc-
Kevin McAllister. Yeah,
Kevin
yeah.
McAllister had one of those, and that's why everyone wanted one, was because
Yep.
Kevin McAllister had it, but not in Home Alone 1. Was it Home Alone 2?
The one Lost in New York. I think Lost in New York.
Yeah.
Used it.
You would record into it, right? And
Yeah.
you could change your voice.
I think there was like one effect you could do, but
It's
it
like
was
the
really
slow.
OG Dirty Little Secret.
kind of. It was just a recorder, really. Let's see.
I do remember that Life is a Hike. Good news when the Yankees won the World Series in '96.
I was at a church Halloween party, and I remember, like, I was a Yankees fan, but I was still a kid, so it's not like I was
Yeah.
following. And at the time, if you didn't have our TV or radio, you were getting no Yankee news. Like, it's not like you could check your phone
No.
for scores. And I remember people, like, I guess they were listening in a car outside, sprinting inside, and everyone celebrating that the Yankees won.
Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 96. And then someone said catching Bin Laden. I do remember that story,
Yeah.
of course. I remember Obama doing the press conference and all of that.
Yep.
Or it's not called a press conference when he addresses the nation. Right? Isn't that what when
State of the Union?
Even though it really is, no,
Yeah,
because the
it's
State
an
of the
address.
Union is a specific thing.
He addresses a nation. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like a speech.
We don't call what the president does a press conference
Yeah,
usually,
no.
I guess. Let's see.
Man.
Oh, Sap is wearing his You Look Great shirt.
Bam.
We were actually just talking about Sap this weekend because we were talking about replays and officials and stuff in sports. And I think you're still doing it, but Sap actually, one of his jobs is to like monitor MLB umpires.
Oh.
And like, I don't know if you give them a grade or something.
Making sure.
Like a secret shopper? Like
Kind of. You sit there and you watch and you make sure that they're making the right calls and there are no issues or anything like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm sure he can explain in
Okay.
the chat way better than I can ever explain. And then this weekend we went to Mount Rainier National Park
We did.
and explored that area a little bit. It's interesting going to Rainier because you're literally just standing on a volcano or like in the
think
shadows of
about
the
it,
volcano.
yeah.
Like if it erupted, we would be dead.
Yeah. Which it is supposed
And
to
that
at
would
some
be the
point.
biggest news story of some kid's childhood.
It would. Former radio hosts,
Well,
all
not
three,
us.
Yeah.
die in volcano.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, so he's an auditor.
Right. Okay. So, that makes sense. Being an auditor. Yeah. Okay.
What
Well-
else can you audit that isn't money? I want to do that.
You can audit anything. An audit is just a review.
All right, so what can I do that to?
You can audit this stream if you want. You can go back and watch all of them and audit them and review them.
I'm good.
And grade them.
Brian just said, does anyone else have those glow-in-the-dark stars on their ceiling? Yes,
Oh,
I
man.
did. And funny you asked that. But John Camucci, who is a 27-year-old male in this chat, he does the Almost On Air podcast.
Well, he's probably back to sleep. He's not watching anymore.
He has the stars on his ceiling.
I had them in mine.
don't have any
I had
of
them
that,
in
so
middle
make
school.
sure.
I had them on my ceiling.
Yeah.
And I had black lights.
Gummy stuff.
I had 3 black lights because my room had 3 windows. And I had a black light, like the bar,
Nice.
on top of each window. And
Why?
Huh? Because then they made the stars glow.
Oh.
We're such nerds because I did that and I put I had planets that glow in the dark too,
Oh, but I
and
had
I
the
put them
planet.
in like positions where it would technically be like,
in their regular
in their
orbit?
orbit.
That's funny.
I didn't have that. I had, what is it called? Planetarium?
Oh, the one that dangles. Okay.
No,
Oh, no,
what is
no.
the thing when you put on when you, like, you see the constellations on your ceiling, but it's a light?
Oh, probably.
A planetarium.
Is
Like
it
a
called-
little, like I guess a portable planetarium, right?
Yeah, I had that.
I never had a lava lamp.
I did have a lava
Amanda
lamp.
O'Brien says she has had a lot of lava lamp. Jeez, I can't talk.
And I had a telescope.
Did
I
anyone
love
have
space.
inflatable furniture?
Yeah.
I won. So we used to do like magazine sales and stuff in high school, like
Yeah,
fundraisers.
yeah.
And I always just do really well because I would go to where my dad worked at the jewelry center
Same.
on Route 4 in Paramus, or the Jewelry Exchange and then Center. And the way that's set up, it's all individual business owners with booths. And I would just go hit all of them because they all knew my dad, and they would buy all the magazines
Nice.
and stuff. And I remember getting the big inflatable couch, and that's what I won.
Jen just said, "Yep, I had the smiley face inflatable chair. I had that
mine
one
was
too."
mine was clear purple. It was like
Ooh.
translucent purple.
I had a clear one too.
Do
Yeah.
kids
Blue.
still sell those? I know they do like wrapping paper now.
We
did
did a
wrapping
wrapping
paper.
paper sale too, which was always a tougher sell because you had to sell it obviously in advance before the holidays, and convincing people to buy wrapping paper before they actually have to wrap
Need
things
it.
was a tough sell.
Yeah, we did magazine sales, Girl Scout cookies, obviously. Then in high school, we did Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory, like the chocolate covered apples.
Oh man, those are
We
good.
would sell those.
Those
and-
caramel apples are like the best caramel
And
apples
the
of all time.
lollipops. Like, but the lollipops would be like just the cheerleaders were selling the lollipops, and they were like 50 cents. So you would sell
Those
like
big- the
whole
big round
store.
ones?
The big, yeah, cotton candy was the best.
COVID times, kids don't sell anything. Now,
Probably
are they not
better
selling
off.
because of COVID, or like will it go back? Hopefully.
I still got my Girl Scout cookies online though, so.
But now, when you buy them online, does it just go to the Girl Scout Association overall?
So
Or
I
do you,
actually
tell it where you want the money to go.
Well, no. So I like posted on my socials, and then someone sent me links to their troop. You know,
Oh,
so I would
cool.
like
Cool.
buy a couple from this troop. Like I would help out the people that shouted their troops out. So
That's cool.
Yeah.
Allison just said Joe Corby's Pizza. Yeah.
What is Joe? I've never even heard of
we
that.
would have the cheerleaders and football team in high school would always do this fundraiser, and it was basically, we were talking about Papa Murphy's this weekend. People would order these pizza kits, and you would get them frozen when they ordered them, and you would obviously give them to them, but you would make like mini French pizzas or mini like just personal pizzas, but they were so good. Like so good.
So you got you basically got all the ingredients and made it yourself.
It was like the dough would come like ready to go, and you would just throw it in the oven and bake it. So good.
I don't remember. I have no recollection of any of that.
Amanda O'Brien said they sell Krispy Kremes now. Why? Just go to Krispy Kreme.
They do fundraisers. Yeah. So I actually worked. My first high school job was Krispy Kreme.
Okay.
And we used to do fundraisers orders for like schools and stuff. They would order like boxes of them. So we had like the special fundraiser box, which you stack the donuts like kind of vertically, and you just sell the dozen donuts. Like literally just sell them.
How much did they have to buy it for?
I'm sure they had to buy them at a premium.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember what it was, but I mean.
Or at a discount, not at a premium.
Or
premium is higher,
discount
right?
to sell at a
Right.
premium. Okay.
We also had the boxes of candy that we had to sell. So I would literally like show up to like family functions with like a box of just candy bars, like actual different kinds. So there were times where it was like M&M Mars candy bars, like all that. Then there was also time where it was like, I forget what the company was. Was it Gertrude Hawk? They would have like the filled candy.
I don't know what
The
that
bars.
is at all.
I would be
I know
like,
Gertrude Hawk,
I slung all the things. Cookie dough.
Were you selling it for
Lisa?
your basketball team?
It was
Your middle school basketball team?
Boosters Club. Come
Yeah.
on.
it was a $10 bar. No, I did all the things. Get Gertrude Hawk. Why did I remember?
I
that?
saw the KK fundraiser, and I was getting really worried about what was happening in this chat.
Wait,
what is the KK fundraiser?
Krispy Kreme fundraiser.
Oh.
Yeah, so
That is way
yeah.
too close to adding an extra K by accident.
Like Shanna, yeah, definitely helps the markets that don't have a Krispy Kreme. So they bring them out to like they truck them out there for the orders. Yeah,
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That is cool because growing up in Jersey, I feel like we never had. Did we have Krispy Kremes until recently in Jersey?
South Jersey did,
Oh, okay.
I believe.
yeah, they have.
Sap said I sold popcorn with the Boy Scouts. Let me tell you something about those Boy Scouts and their popcorn.
I've never had Boy Scout popcorn.
I was going into a Safeway, actually near Rainier. I was hiking with a friend in Bonnie Lake, Washington, and they were outside, and I was like, oh, I'll buy popcorn from the Boy Scouts. I could use popcorn way better than Girl Scout cookies because I don't need to eat cookies all the time. And I was like, all right, I'll get like a box of popcorn. Like, okay, $30. And I was like,
$30.
okay, take my money. I wasn't gonna say no. And it was
How much popcorn did you
It was
get?
kettle corn.
Ugh,
It wasn't
gross.
even good.
You don't like kettle corn?
No, I want movie theater popcorn at all times.
I don't know. You got to be in the mood for kettle
Yeah,
corn.
The
you
only other type of popcorn I'll eat other than movie theater popcorn is the Smart Pop white cheddar popcorn.
Vending machine popcorn?
Yeah, that popcorn's really good. I with the Girl Scouts because now they all take like mobile payments and stuff and like
Yeah.
You
and
can't
whatnot.
even. Yeah, you can't even lie.
I was visiting my cousin. This is a couple of years ago in California, and there was a Vons that I had to go into.
Mm-hmm.
It was right in Manhattan Beach. I had to go in to get some beers and stuff. So I go in, and as I'm on my way in, there's like 30 Girl Scouts and their moms, and they kind of like surround you, and they're like, "Would you like to buy Girl Scout cookies?"
Please support our troops. They
And
like
I was
have
like,
it.
I was like, "Hey guys, I definitely would. I don't have any cash on me, but I
We
gotta
take
go."
Venmo.
And they're like, and literally the mom, as I give them my reason for not buying, and I start walking in, the mom does this like slide
It's
in
like an
front
SNL
of me,
Skit. You're living in SNL skit.
and she was like, "Well, if you don't have any cash, we do take credit cards." And I was like, "Oh shit."
like I don't.
I was like, "I'll get you on the way out. Let me go buy my stuff first. I don't want to walk around with the
No.
cookies
I do
throughout the
the
store." And then I took a different exit.
I do the cookies
Nice.
for
Nice. And I ran to my car.
the cookies for the troops where like I don't have to like
Yeah.
I'll send a box of cookies. I don't need them in my house.
Does the National Guard fit it, or does those go like overseas when people buy them?
They do. We don't deal with it personally. Like there's a actual family readiness group that takes care of all that stuff.
cool.
That, yeah.
But what I'm saying, so have you ever like
Oh,
while
like
you
shipped
were,
our
Yeah.
like us ship cookies?
No,
Like-
have you
get
gotten
them
them?
to
Have
you.
you received them?
Oh, I mean, I've never. I mean, they have the organizations that say, "Hey, someone donated something for our like picnic or a Christmas thing."
cool.
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
like things like that. But
Yeah.
it's not like they're handing us like each person gets a
They're
box
not.
of
They're not like
cookies.
Carla Marie from Seattle.
Yeah,
sends you
right,
these
no,
cookies. Okay.
Hey, shut it! I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, Shane just said I buy cookies for the troops, just
Gro-
like you did, Carla Marie.
Gross Nader, that's great. During Emerald City Comic Con, the Girl Scouts usually kill it outside the convention. Each
Oh, that's
those girls are geniuses.
Yeah.
They're sneaky. I used to just send my little paper with my mom to work, and she would do it all.
Are Girl Scouts allowed to set up in front of like weed stores?
That's the smartest.
that
do.
was a news story.
That
It
would be
was a
really
news
good.
Story. I forget when, where, what, but
I think in
they were-
Because, like,
California
if
there were
you-
a bunch.
If you just bought a bunch of weed and you're going home and there's a Girl Scout troop like selling you some cookies, yeah, I'll take some Thin Mints.
Why not?
And I don't even smoke or eat weed. or however else you can take weed these days. But I'm assuming if I did, I'd eat a lot of Girl Scout cookies.
Take weed.
Yeah, however you take the weed.
It.
However you take the weed these days, whatever these kids are doing.
Oh, Nick said care packages are always awesome. One time I got a letter from an 8-year-old for Christmas while overseas. That was cool.
That is really cool.
Which was the viral story that I was crying over this weekend, and you said you saw it too. It was, I don't know what branch of the military, but he was an older man, and I guess an 8-year-old girl sent him a letter years ago thanking him for his service. And he, I guess, responded to her and had spent years trying to find out who this little girl was. And the video was people bringing the girl. They found her, and she's now also in the military. And
That's
it was
cool.
like, I watched it. I'm like, oh my God, why am I crying? And it was like, he's like, you're not her. No way, you're her. And I was like, done.
Nick, thank you for your service, by the way. 718,
Yep.
probably New York, right? So, Nick, appreciate you. Nick, New York City, 718.
He actually lives out here, though, now.
Ironic.
He's from New York, moved out here. He was at our meetup with, what the heck was that? The Boozy Bodega pop-up we did a few weeks ago.
Which is by Seattle Cocktail Club, who made us these drinks today.
Wow. Full circle.
Full
Yeah.
circle. Nick's wife actually just got braces at my orthodontist.
There's a huge connection there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if anyone else in the chat has had military service. If you have, let us know, because it's definitely cool to know. In your family, you have a sister who was in the military and a brother, right?
Yeah, so I'm the oldest of 4. I have a brother that's also in the Guard. He's actually in the unit next to me. He's a Black Hawk mechanic. And then my sister is in the Marine, was in the Marine Corps. So.
Do you guys have like a helicopter rivalry where you like talk shit about each other's helicopters?
All the time. Mine's better. I always tell him mine can carry his all day.
So yeah, so what is the difference? So a Chinook is what you work on.
Yeah,
And what are
dual
those
rotor, yeah.
what are those used for?
It's mostly transport helicopter. So it
Okay.
can fit, like, if you saw it in Afghanistan recently, actually one of my friends is out there deployed right now. He actually took some Afghan refugees into that. And usually it's like 32 passengers or whatever, with seatbelts and everything, but they fit in like 3 times that capacity. Yeah.
So he was transporting them to the airport.
To Kabul Airport. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then
have you talked to him since and like talked about his experience or anything?
No, not yet, because he's still there. He's probably demob right now. They're probably going to come back in a few months. So.
Jeez.
I can drop the link of his post because I can do that, right?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
You sent it to me. That's why I'm like, it's public, so.
Yeah. He doesn't have a private page? Is it a public page?
Oh,
I saw it, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she saw it, then it's fine, yeah.
So then, okay, if you're the helicopter that you work on, the Chinook is like transport, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Evacuations.
Heavy lifting, yeah.
What does a Black Hawk do?
So my brother's in a medevac unit, so it's mostly for like, medical emergencies to, litter them out from like situations. Like they'll take the you call it, forgot what it's called. I'm blanking on it. The strap, the thing to bring the patient on.
Like a gurney?
Gurney, thank you. I was like,
I can't believe I actually remembered that word. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
and it medevac them out of situations, yeah. So the big red cross on the helicopter, that's
So
the Black Hawk, yeah. Usually.
Are both of you both work on the helicopters?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So you have like a similar role, but on different helicopters.
Exactly, yeah.
And what did your sister do?
She was transport, so actually ground vehicles. So she worked on that for the Marine Corps.
So she was on the ground.
She was in Okinawa, Japan. Yeah.
So you were the first person in your family?
Yeah, first. I had to be the guinea pig.
And they all were like, oh, I'm going to do it too.
Yeah, but then they figured out the system and, gamed it towards them. They're like, my brother's like, he got like all these like benefits and stuff. Like, how'd you get all that? He's like, I just did my research. Like, tell me.
The oldest sibling has to go through it first.
Yeah,
we have to take our bumps.
Nick said, Raph, what is your rank and are you interested in doing full 20?
Well,
what the hell does that mean?
What does that mean?
Rank? Specialist.
20.
Full 20 is usually the 20 years to get your retirement.
Okay.
So, but that it's changing because you can actually do. It's more of a mixed like thrift savings plan. It's more like a 401k type thing. So they're changing it up, but you can do either or, the full 20 or get that pension. That's retirement plan. But yeah, I'm trying to get there. I mean,
when people ask what your rank is that like I want to see if I'm more important than you, or is it like an actual inquiry?
Some people are like that, but mostly it's just an inquiry. Like I'm an
Okay.
E4. Got out of college. Got specialist out of college because of my bachelor's. So I've been in and out of the military, so that's why it's kind of like with radio. So I haven't been able to do the things I needed to do to get ranked up.
Mm-hmm.
So next would be sergeant, and then that's the NCO route, the non-commissioned officer. And then you, like I was saying with Carla Marie, you can do, if you are a bachelor, you have a bachelor's, you can go in as an officer through OCS, the Officer Candidate School. And
I
there's
think
ways to go
that's
there.
what one of my buddies did for the Marines. Is he graduated, he worked for a little bit, and then went in as an officer in the Marines.
Yeah, you can do that totally, and it's a different pathway.
Let's see. Tacoma Swifty said, my dad did the full 20 and retired when I was 2 or 3. So growing up, we had all the veteran benefits, which is really cool.
And that's you get taken care of after your service. You're taken care of.
As you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. And Fred there, TSP. Post office are federal workers too. They get TSP. That's their savings plan.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
I guess, the federal government is paying both of those
Post
positions.
office is hiring here. Maybe I'll do that.
Do you have to do push-ups and stuff for the post office?
I don't know. Fred's pretty jacked.
Fred is in great shape, though.
Maybe that's why he's always working out. He's got to do push-ups. He's got to
gotta
carry all the letters.
You've just got to be, what's it called? Ready to walk like miles and miles and miles a day. You walked yesterday and you're like, oh, my back hurts.
No, I'll just do sorting. I'm good at sorting things.
Do you have to wear like Skechers if you're a male person? Because doesn't Skechers, are they like the work sneaker?
I think
like it's
is.
supposed to be like comfortable.
I don't think Fred
workwear.
wears Skechers. He's gonna tell us in a second. Wait. So Krisha said, "Wait, who is your friend?" Because she joined late. So this is Raph. Raph has worked in radio for 14 years.
Yeah, 14
on and
yep.
off for 14 years. Most recently, he was at Kiss FM in LA and decided to leave that job to go back to the National Guard, which obviously I'm assuming was not an easy decision.
No, I was back and forth with it for like 6 months before I made the decision. So.
And we talk a lot on the show about like do what makes you happy. Like leave the job if it's not making you happy and you can do something else. And we preach that for hours on the show at some point. So for people who are like, I don't love my job, there's something else I'm more passionate about, I'm scared or whatever, talk a little bit about that, what that process was like for you deciding to actually do this again.
I mean, so a lot of it, I've been in both for a long time, doing the National Guard part-time. You could do that 1 week in a month, 2 weeks a year type thing. But for me, I was looking for not the next step in my career, but more like what fulfills me the most, what satisfies me and makes me happy as a whole person. And I was like, should I keep going with this? And radio is kind of in and out with the growth, and it really is a shrinking business in a lot of aspects. And I just decided, for me to be able to grow and be happy doing what I do and not being just, adding more work to, stuff on my plate without that satisfaction, I needed to do something else. So I thought about it, and a lot of it is finding your passions and surrounding yourself with those people with the same passions, that similar work ethic or mindset. And when you start doing that, you'll see these other paths and these other options for you, opportunities where you can go and succeed, not just in a job and a career, but like your life, your mental health, and your whole being. Yeah. So,
and I think what's great is, as a professional expert communicator, you're going into a field where everything that you've learned to do in radio is not only going to help your new career path, but it's going to bring in and communicate a message to people who can then help their community even further. So you're like setting up this network of positivity with what you've done in the past already.
Right. You're not burning bridges. You're building on what you have. You're not starting over per se. You're just building upon what you have.
Yes,
and there was a request for a shout out that I'm going to allow you to do. Because it's a military shout out. So that is for you. It's highlighted right there, Raph.
Oh, from Philly John, Samantha. She's in the Air Force, works on KC-10 planes.
Cool.
Samantha, thank you for your service. I appreciate it more than you know. Obviously we all are in it together. So
when you see something like KC-10 planes, you know exactly what that is?
I mean, I'm not like sharp when it comes to that.
Okay, but you know more than we do.
I hope so.
The Air Force has like the bigger, jets. We work on fixed or rotary wing. They have fixed wing aircraft. So those guys, I mean, KC-10 is probably the big transporter.
That's pretty cool.
The C5s, the big ones.
To travel and plays, said, "What's up? It's my first time here."
Well, welcome.
What's up?
And then Fred the Mailman said, "Unfortunately, Skechers aren't postal approved. Most postal approved brands are durable, not comfortable. I have $212 postal Reeboks. And they're incredibly waterproof, but feel like cinder blocks on my feet."
But who's checking your shoes? Like, if you change your shoes, is there a neighbor that's going to report you? Can you
in
change
Texas,
them?
maybe?
I was going to say in Texas.
I mean, my sister's husband works for the post office, and he has like 10 different outfits. Like, not like the same, but it's like there's like the safari outfit. There's like the winter outfit because he works in New York, so he gets the winter outfit.
Yep.
In the summer, he has got like the what do you call it? The jungle
Big hat,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's so fun.
I'm sure
Yeah.
Fred has all the outfits that you could wear, because that weather in Ohio is not easy.
No.
Especially in the winters. But it is now, what is it? Damn, it's 9:12 already. I know you have a cousin here that you're going to be hanging out with, but this is your second but probably fullest trip in Seattle, right?
And this is the most satisfying trip to Seattle so far.
So what is as someone who didn't grow up here, and neither did we, but as a visitor, what is your impression of Seattle? If someone's like, oh, what do you think of Seattle? I might go there one day. What would you say?
You got to come and check it out, and it's more than just a city. I mean, people think when you go to Seattle, you're like, oh yeah, just go to like Pike's Place Market and kind of hang out there and eat seafood. No, it's there's a lot more to Seattle than meets the eye when it comes to a city. I mean, the Space Needle, obviously the touristy stuff, but I think it's just what it has to offer as a whole. Like going out to Mount Rainier, seeing the people here. I mean, people are friendly. Like walking around, we did the Ballard Farmers Market yesterday.
Yeah.
It was such a fun time just to see everybody out there, greeting each other, saying good morning, and you just got to go. You just got to go and visit. Mm-hmm.
Carla Marie, any last words?
A lot of people are asking about Caroline's eye.
And?
She got an eye infection this weekend. I don't know if one of the kittens scratched her or what. It's pretty gunky. She's literally like walking around with her eye closed. So I had some eye drops I was able to put in because the vet is closed for the weekend, and the ER vets are so slammed right now that they're literally only dealing with life or death situations because there's a shortage of vets. So she's just hanging in there. It's super swollen, and she is just miserable. She's fine, but she's just pissed off. Anytime the kittens come near her now, she hisses at them. She's like, leave me alone. I don't feel well.
And don't forget, this is the last day that our candle collaboration with Wax Cabin Candle Company is available. If you want the link, all you've got to do is type ! and the word wax, and that link will pop up in the chat. So if anyone does that right now, it'll give you the link. It is right there. Thank you, Lisa, for doing that. Appreciate you.
I think we're 25 candles away from goal.
All right. Raph, you got to buy 25 candles now.
I'm on it.
All right. Done. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. It would be really cool if you could pick up one of the candles, and we will be back with you tomorrow. Raph will not be, but thank you for hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Go follow Raph. I dropped his thing in here.